and just do what we can. Oh, right, they could tear Ethiopia to shreds here, giving me an even harder time to deal with them. Yeah, I have their capital. But I would like them subjugated rather than me owning this land directly. Would I, though? Would I really? Why do I care so much about having a subject here instead of just taking this land? It's not that bad. In fact, the land is pretty good. And it's fairly monoculture around here. Proud Africans take land, says Uglu. You know what? Let's be a proud African warrior. Oh, it's tight, but we can take his capital, including that delicious mountainous fort. Subject could pay for the fort, Jake. Think of the savings. I do think of the savings, but let's have a bit of pride in ourselves. This is the second time we've had to siege up their capital. We're not coming home empty-handed. I have to wait in one core before I do the other, thanks to it being across the sea like that. Okay, Ethiopia, it's not a very well-kept secret, but I hate your guts. Okay, I never wanted to take Palembang, at least not since reassessing what I want to do in this campaign. So, screw you, basically, and I'm claiming your land and I'm going to kill you. But all's fair in love and robot wars. Right, let's see if you can actually do it. You guys had real problems getting on that boat earlier. Now you managed. Alright, we've got the work ahead of ourselves here then. Ethiopia needs to go in about 5 years. Ajuran need to go in how many years? 9 years. 8.5. Which means I need claims on Ethiopia. I need Ajuran not to take all of this. At least now Yemen can't take anything off of Ethiopia. And it looks like Ajuran... Oh, they could. Ajuran could block me off from Ethiopia. Hopefully they don't. I missed a lot. Somehow Jake got really powerful. I've always been really powerful. I don't like what you're implicating there. Fernie Mike. Come on, Ethiopia, put up something resembling a fight against Ajuran. Maybe your rebels will be the one doing the fighting. Oh, we got knowledge of the area. I know a whole lot more around here now. Sweet. It'd be sweeter if I could crush you without these allies getting involved. Congo are only allied with Cuba, so it's a fairly nice fight if I just go inland here. And it's all kept fetishist for me, but the land is so bad. Look at that development, it's awful. Some of it's really good, but that's only because they've been so bored that they have to develop it up. That's often the case around here as well. I'll leave them to keep deving it, so that when I do eventually come for it, it's good land. How is Europe? We don't know much about Europe, but we do know that Austria is terrifying. We know that Aachen are a thing. Why do we know that Aachen is a thing? Who was involved in the war around here? Was it Aachen? I guess so. You should fix your name. Yeah, it does look a bit droopy, doesn't it? But I'm still keeping Lundu as a subject. And I will eventually have Luanda dealt with. This is a shame. Relief effort shouldn't cause devastation. Gameplay-wise, it doesn't make any sense. The reason you'd want to keep devastation is away so that you stop losing prosperity, but that's what happens in both outcomes. Coloured wastelands would solve the name problem. I do have coloured wastelands on, but I would need to colonise these provinces, and I'm not in any hurry to colonise these inland provinces. At least it's one area. 7, 5, 3, 3, 3, that's 9 and 7 is 16 and 5 is 21, so it's not too shabby. Ever since I heard of Common Core mathematics, I've been overthinking how I count things, and it's aggravating. Something you used to never think about and suddenly you're thinking about it. It's like when people tell you you're now manually breathing. It's like, thanks, I didn't need that in my head. My gut reaction was, God, Common Core looks like a load of rubbish. But then I tried out on a few things. I thought, hey, this is actually an intuitive way to count something. Common Core is an abomination, says Irony Red. That seemed to work pretty well for some basic calculations where subtraction is done by counting up. Then again, I've also just done it in my head normally for so long, I don't think I could shift over that way. That said, I did do mathematics at a university level. It was a long time ago though, I've forgotten pretty much everything. I couldn't even tell you what a Hamiltonian equation is anymore. Alright, all's calm on this front. And those Congolese are really not wanting to rise up, which is great. I have no problem giving them autonomy. Well, they don't want it right now. Timurids, Bahmanis, Ayutthaya. I don't want any of these guys as my rivals. No, I watched Jake to get away from work. What, your work involves simple arithmetic? Okay, fortify the highlands. The highlands of Madagascar are in many ways a natural defense line against the people of the coasts, but our country lack a true stronghold. Okay, by fortifying the central hills around our capital, digging the Hadivori moats and Hadivesti trenches, and creating proper stone gates to block off invaders, we don't know what a fort is. These provinces that we've conquered, we are madly investigating what is going on in them, because we don't understand. This fort serves no strategic value. I'm thinking of just burning it down. It's on bad terrain. It doesn't block anyone going anywhere. Poof. True stronghold. Careful now, Health. I have been very tempted to fire up Stronghold recently. And by Stronghold, I mean Stronghold 2. Somebody in a recent stream said something along the lines of, there are a lot of them, sire. And I realized I have never once streamed the game that phrase is coined from, which is of course Stronghold 2. And now I'm filled with the urge to do so. Even though the game is bad, it's not very bad, but it's bad. Internal conflicts over for you. Well, I have some very external conflicts for you coming up, I'm afraid, Ethiopia. Even if you want to focus on Africa, I still think you should conquer / vassalize Vijayanagara. As I said, taking this land is a great idea. It's so good. Even if I were just doing colonies, it's a whole lot of development that doesn't go towards our state penalty, and you have no autonomy on it, and it's just amazing. Purposefully not doing that, even though it's great. I'm well aware it would be a good idea, but I want African focus on this. That said, I did just cross the Gulf of Aden, but that's because I want to have the trade node under lockdown. At least as much as I can. I'm starting to think that I'm getting reduced... well, I'm reducing what I'm getting out of this. I got the extra trader, so let's actually... the fun times of these names. Zanzibar, Zambezeri, Aden, Hope, Coromandel. Where's my free one? You're hurting me, game. Like, what? Send the top one. Can you protect trade up there? Of course you can. Ooh, that hurt the thinker. Warsangali are gunning down Ajiran on a reconquest spree. That's kind of good for me. Gives me another person to target to take this land back from. Back, as if. Still, gives me somebody to target. I don't have a truce with them. They're allied to my rival, but Mamluks will periodically get slapped by the Ottomans. They have a short truce, so when that one triggers, it's good night them. Blub blub even. 6 dev, 4 dev, 9 dev. Give it to me, give it to me. Trustworthy. It's very telling that I just can't complete this mission. First ally I have in decades, and I stab them right in the face. The crown will pay off Mutwapa debt. Over my dead body we do. Wherever Marina is. Oh, it's our former capital. No special favors. Not even sorry. White peace between Ajiran and Ethiopia is the best I could have hoped for. Ethiopia's so dead when I come for them. Lost my claim on Kotte, which is fine. Wasn't really gunning for them. What I will do now, though, is start investing in naval ideas. Naval leader shock, I'm sure, is what everybody goes for. At least with that, I'll get the tax bonus when I take trade steering caravan power, both of which are not interesting to me, but the extra merchant definitely is. And the trade efficiency and trade steering will certainly help us out there. Tempting. Too tempting not to take. Let's keep our tech competitive. Name the new capital, New Marina. No, I'd forget that. Kiel was very fitting for us. It's a way to respect our enemies, and yet subtly take a dig at them. I would like a shipyard here, please. And these conversions are going wonderfully. Zelia, we took this. It's hell on high water to convert it, since I just gave it autonomy. It would cost about 140 ducats to convert now. Which calls for a solution. I want it done because we're really choked on the speed of our conversion, since I only have one missionary and I can't get more. It's actually going to be very, very hard to take a lot of this land and keep it converted without religious ideas. Why are you a horde? I'm not a horde. What in the world makes you think I'm a horde? We're tribal, sure, that's because we start as a tribal nation. I don't know what we're going to become, though. I'm thinking theocracy. I haven't played a theocracy in forever. Sorry, I meant to say, are you a horde? I made a typo, says, I am not from the future. A strong competitor for terrible names around here. Anyway, we didn't start as a horde. We couldn't be a horde because we haven't got to the final tribal tier here. And I don't want to because I love playing hordes, but I don't want to overplay as them. It's been a while since we did a horde campaign. There will be a horde campaign we do if it gets rolled, but this was not it. As for the Belgians, we still don't know what they are, but we will get there. For now, I'm just trying to solidify my power on the Horn of Africa, and then once I make something of a line around here, we will turn our attention this way once more. Still need to work on conversions here. Snaking is one idea, but I think I will very specifically colonize these two provinces so I get the natural harbors. They don't do me a lot of good, but they certainly stop the AI from taking them. And the AI is the last one I want taking them. Yemenis wish to rise up. Fine by me, because I have a fort there that takes care of it all. If they rise up in the mountain, fine, I can walk in there and still take them out with impunity. How about a merchant republic like a madman? We're going to be blobbing too much for a merchant republic here. We've already blobbed quite a bit for an African power. Yeah, too few rivals burning our PP. Ah, Portugal's a fitting rival. Alright, not a lot to worry about. I shall continue to make my claims on Ethiopia. What do I want to take here? Unfortunately, the Gulf of Aden goes all the way up there. It's a painful one to do. I might just have to rip into the heart of Ethiopia. His tech is garbage, so I shouldn't have to worry even if he's not bankrupt. And his alliance with Hunj does not scare me, since Hunj is about 9 development total. Congolese still don't want to rise up, but they're getting there. Andaman's self-sustaining. Swell. And that frees up my colonist. We're going colonizing then. Cape Coast it is. And then it's Gold Coast. Downside is natives. Natives and more natives. Lots of them. I don't really want to have to dedicate a huge amount of army over there. But looks like I'll have to. Hey, if I just send about 6,000 to Gold Coast, then I can take care of both provinces. M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's not skimp on this. Natives are... No, we should be able to shred the natives now that we're Tech 12. Send over the 6 boats and pick them up. Should have colonized next to best buddy France. Yeah, best buddy. What a guy. The Iberians sure got stomped hard if they haven't colonized Gold Coast. I'm actually unsure what they're up to over there. We know that we have English Brazil. What? They are English as well. Not only that, they're Anglican, or half Anglican. The Iberians still have that. We know that Portugal exists. We know that Spain is powerful enough to be second top on the Great Powers list. And that's even without subjects. But France's name still extends down. Just what is going on in there? Someday we'll know, but it's not today. Odds on Granada still being there? Next to 0. Granada needs to be out of there for Spain to form. Denying Spain's formation by being Granada is very empowering. They'll be there in 165 days. You guys head up there then. No, it's just the Yemeni for now. If it is the Congolese who rise up, then that's a problem for me. But there's a chance that I won't have to deal with them. Might colonizing in Bafada and vassalizing and driving a stake through Africa via core return be a viable method of entry into West Africa? I think just killing them is an entry into West Africa. Their military tech is far inferior to mine, and they are way behind in institutions, so it's going to stay behind. So what I can do is just take this land and then slaughter my way through. If that's what I want to do. The thing is, the land is bad. And it's a lot of land, a lot of areas, a lot of coring. And it's very far from my capital, so the cost in administrating it's going to be huge. So the question is, do I want to look after it? It's also wrong religion, massively. What I do want are the good provinces out of Mali, as I always do. I usually want this. Is it here as well? Yeah, that takes me over to Lobi for the other gold. So yeah, I want the nice provinces in Mali. That's about it. Oh Christ, Tuscany's over there as well. So I'd probably go here and fight Jenny. Jenny's allied with my old flame Timbuktu. I like Jake's idea of just hemming them in, then letting them develop, because there's nothing else to do. Yeah, unfortunately they'll smoke my institutions, so they will catch up, but I won't be exactly friendly with them, so it's not the end of the world. This changes everything, changes nothing. I am loathed to develop for that, though. Absolutely loathed. I've already developed for 2 institutions. Going for a 3rd seems like overkill. Alright, took a while, but Luanda's done. Which actually means these guys are a little redundant. Maybe I will... maybe I will send both of them up there so that I guard both provinces. I will just forget about them otherwise. There we go, we'll send to both of them so that nobody can snipe that from us. And with that, we have quite a lot of the good trade provinces around here. Benin have some, but we will slaughter Benin for them. It's really unfortunate it became Sunni. Seeing the religious layout was the whole inspiration behind the achievement Where the Heart Is. Where Dahomey has to, and it's a really interesting achievement in my own incredibly biased view. It's just about removing all Sunni nations. What is trade income? Is that some kind of joke? If it's what is our trade income, it's pretty good. Between Zanzibar and Cape of Good Hope, we're making wicked mad dosh. I just got it last week. It's really intense, says Buglisley. Yeah, that achievement's a lot of fun. I usually don't put much thought into names. I prefer to think about what's interesting. So the name has just made a pretty bad wordplay on Dahomey, because Dahome is where the heart is. I don't know if anybody got that, or maybe it was too obvious. Either way, that's what it is. Right, these guys all want to rise up. They've had their lack of autonomy for too long. It was pretty obvious, says Max. There you go. Uh-oh. Well, our awful queen is ruling. I hoped she never would, and she'll be ruling for 11 years whilst Codger King still wanes off the bottle. Ugh, well. Well, and a bit more well. Means we can check out those cults at least. Yamola, Rug, and Nyame were the ones we just got, but nothing really seems anywhere close to what Whack can offer us. Nowhere at all. Okay, seems that not everybody got it. There you go. Off you trot, take care of these provinces. I want them for myself. There's Ashanti, allied with Zazao. Well, what's left of Zazao? I think Ashanti could go down pretty fast. It probably should, it's in the area. Alright, Mocha. It's pretty expensive and it takes a while. I could state it up. That'll make it take quite a bit less time and be cheaper. I like the sound of that. Capable Queen Regent just says to hell with this and takes over. I hope this one does not take over. It would be pretty bad for me. Full core on Lunda as well. So, the Portuguese hate us, and they know who we are. And they're allied with England and France. Wait, France? Hopefully I'll just drive them into oblivion through other wars. Oh god, how much have I missed, says Treka. Well, we're slithering our way around Africa quite a bit, and we decided against going into Asia. That's the long of it, and the short of it. Also, this will be an easy pacifying. I'm afraid our sticks are pointier, and fire other smaller pointy sticks. Down you go. And the manpower is largely recovered from the awful war against Congo. Are you not even considering Malacca for the trade steering? I know the trade situation is great there, but I don't want to go conquering land here. So I won't. At best, I'll send some boats to ferry the trade over. Speaking of, how are we looking in Cape of Good Hope? I don't dominate it as much as I would like, but it wouldn't be unthinkable for me to slam a single trader in Malacca and pull the trade this way. It's going to be hard, even with trade ideas, to get enough traders to do everything. Because we're only going to have... If we have 5 now, we'll have 6 in total. 1, 2, 3... 2 base. Where do we get an extra merchant from? Ah, expansion ideas. So where would we have one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. It's going to be hard to get a lot of merchants if we don't establish colonies or trade company regions. Get colonial nations, perhaps, just for the merchants. Maybe. I just don't want it to be a campaign where we've got our fingers in all those pies. I want it to be Africa. Even if Africa's garbage. And it really is garbage. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let feelings get in the way of facts. I didn't let feelings get in the way of backstabbing Ethiopia. But backstab we shall. Where's the gold? God, Ethiopia's not even that great for me to take over. But I should definitely make my way towards the gold. Sadly, the Admiral is dead. I forgot he even existed, but he did. Religion's a real mess in this one. I am sorely tempted to take religious just so we can, if nothing else, have more missionaries. Don't you get 2 missionaries with religious? I thought you got 2. Wait. Why does this feel so strange to me? Did you always only get 1 additional missionary with religious ideas? Well, maybe so. I mean, the alternative is taking humanism, and that's just extremely disgusting. Make a vassal, feed them all the crummy lands? Nah. Don't you get a missionary if you become a theocracy? I don't think that inherently gives you an extra one. I thought it was a monistic. Man, see, I've forgotten so much of this stuff. Doesn't show that. They replaced the second missionary with the minus 50% cost when they rebalanced. Yeah. I'll take it. Okay, Portugal's making their claims on me. Release Yemen. Oh yeah, now Yemen's off the map and I could release them, but I've already gone so far as to core and even halfway convert, so no thanks. Cantro Music says, hello Mr. Jake, how are you doing today? It's not Mr. Jake, it's just Jake. Mr. Jake makes no sense. Jake is my first name. Okay, I thought Warsangali full annexed Ajiran, but it was the other way around. Ajiran full annexed Warsangali. That kicks away somebody that I could fight there, unfortunately. However, Ajiran have no allies. If they keep it that way for 4 more years, I'll take them down. But Ethiopia's the next one to go down. In fact, I should have a lot more of an army than I do right now, even though Ethiopia's not a hard one to defeat. God, they're struggling even on morale front. Highly defensive, unfortunately. And a huge... Oh, that's mine. Ha! Wait, was the other stuff mine? No, it's just inverted. Right, few things I want to do. One is increase my army, but my manpower isn't good enough, so too bad. I guess we'll just get over there. Discovered, but I already had both the things I can do there. At best, I could steal maps from them, and I probably should. Otherwise, there's no other real use for that spy network other than the faster sieges. And I think it's better to learn about Sahel. However, you could tell me more about other things like the Mediterranean. 30 provinces. And the North Atlantic. You know quite a lot, probably because you're fellow Christians. Some of that stuff is really cool. Let's learn about the Mediterranean. Dunk. Okay, well, I think we're beginning to see why Castile is so strong. They've got Italy, almost all of it. The Ottomans... Okay, no. Ottomans end at some point and then Venice begins. That is one hell of a strong Spain. I hope they don't end up at odds with me. But they likely will. It is odd, however, that Spain have not colonized more. They have no colonial subjects. Did Aragon form Spain and not have exploration or expansion ideas? That might be some Genoa as well. You are suggesting that this is perhaps Genoa, are you? Could be. How would I check? I'd click on France. I'd go to Rivals. Nope, that's all Spain. That is big and scary Spain. Hoocha. Oh well, let's deal with the problems that we can handle at this time, which is slaughtering Ethiopians. Warning, Calf, I'm warning you, alright. Yeah, the auto-dev is terrifying. I have plenty of spy network in Ajiran, I should definitely be claiming more. Oh, like that 10 development province right there. And that 6 dev one would be nice as well. Just strip them of all their coastline. That's how we get the real power in the Aden trade node. Aden, I feel like Aden should have a lot more money in it. I'm not complaining too much because the trade money I make in here is insane. 30 ducats by 1550. How much money were we making in total as Montenegro by 1550? Riddle me that. Still, you're going down, Ethiopia. I'm born and ready. Why are you stuck again? Get over there. I gotta... Uh-oh. Did they take that? Yeah, they took that fleet. Not as planned. That was on me. But it often is. Is double collecting the right move? If I single collected here, I'd get another 2.7 ducats. So you make a little bit more than that there, which is fine. Otherwise, damn, I siphon the money out of Gujarat. That's nice. Oh, and I take it straight down here. That's pretty swell. A lot of this money is incoming from Coromandel. It might even be better that I swing it elsewhere and then use an extra trader somewhere else. I still can't see Malacca. I need to uncover Malacca at some point so that I can steal their money. Upgrading some centers will be worth it. I already upgraded my center here. And I don't have many other places that I'm interested in doing that. Don't want to upgrade in Gulf of Aden. I want to own Gulf of Aden. Still though, where do I funnel the most money out of? I don't have a lot of influence here, so I don't think I'm gaining a lot by doing it. Well, not by fighting against you. I'm surprised I take so much out of here. I think I'm using other people's trade power for this. Okay, let's consider moving you up there. You're already coming out here. And collecting using the one that's in the Cape of Good Hope. My question is, will this improve my trade income from 30.29 ducats to more? I mean, it won't temporarily because the traders need to switch what they're doing, but maybe it will. What we need to know is if we're going to be... well, what are we going to be taking from you? I got my claims. I don't even think I want the one at the top. I think I want this, this, and this. That gets me to the gold. And then I can surround you for the coffee and you for the extra gold. I might even just leave you with calf. I see you dev it. No, that's silly talk. We take it all. Great Lakes has trade. Ha ha ha. It does actually have trade. And it's not too pathetic because they've dev'd up. But I would need to slaughter the trade from Congo, Zambezi, and Great Lakes, which is not worth it compared to all this already established stuff. Okay, time to take out Ethiopia, and we'll be doing that on the next session. Because it's been too long since I've been able to say that. Alright, this isn't Iron Man, so I named my saves. Marina 1551, looking good. As I said, we've decided not to deal with Asia, even though it's awesome land and amazing money. And instead, this is going to be the story of the African uprising, so that when we do take on the Belgians, it was from our heartland here. Although I'm still not grabbing this. Alright, so cheers for this. We'll be back tomorrow. We've got 3 games. So we've got a Patreon game coming in. We've also got a bit of RimWorld and more of this. So until then, it's a cheers and a cheerio.